There is no difference. This sentence, the first word is no, not, none. ไม่ Even no limits. This sentence is also begins with no. If not no, not none, it's gonna be complicated. Without ไม่ it's gonna be troubling. Therefore, step back from ไม่ and not ไม่. Step back from attachment and non-attachment. When the word everything is used, it's lighten up. The blessing is more even with everything. When everything is used, whether it is the beings or not, samsara or not, is proceeded simultaneously all at once. Not related to either relating or not relating all at once. Turning into purifying through the emptiness without traces and proceeding like that by itself. This is like a code for the safe. When you know the code, you can open it. When you just turn it, then it's opening by itself. It's the same. This is the essential code of the purification of the extinction and the emptiness. When you use it, it will automatically purify through the emptiness and the extinction. This is the essential code of Nibbana, purifying everything, not related to either relating or not relating. When you use it, it will happen accordingly, immediately, purify through the extinction and the emptiness without traces, without limits, all by itself. So when there is the purification like this, it's not choosing whether it is samsara or not, the beings or not. It is proceeding simultaneously all at once, whether it is the beings or not, having the life and soul or the non-beings. This is the blessing that is beyond vows. The vows is like blessing all beings forever, helping ending for the beings forever. This is all about the beings. Therefore, it's not really proceeding all together with everything, because this kind of belief is values of the vows will always crash with the beings. Therefore, there is always complication and troubling because of the karmic difficulties linking to one another. But if you are beyond the vows, when you think of the word everything, it's proceeded automatically with everything. It's not going to be particular blessing for the beings. The purification of the extinction and the emptiness without traces is not going to be particular for the beings or samsara. It's meant for everything. In this way, it's lightened up from the vows. The vow itself is the cause of the suffering, and it is the suffering itself. You have heard only about blessing the sentient beings beyond the prediction, which is blessing all beings forever. But today, listen here, blessing beyond predictions, which is having nothing to do with the enlightenment in any Buddha eras. Is blessing beyond the vows, beyond the words, blessing sentient beings. It's not just blessing the beings. It is blessing everything. emphasizing and focusing on the beings, there's always crashing with the beings. Because this is already an attitude, it is the belief values already. It's already the cause of the suffering and the suffering within the belief values. And it creates difficulty for all the bodhisattvas. Everything not related to either relating or not relating, proceeding simultaneously with everything. The belief values with the beings, with the sentient beings, it is actually the cause of the suffering in itself. All the attitudes has to dissolve itself. If it's created without self-purification, then it becomes a suffering within itself. Not grasping for the non-grasping itself has its own auto-purification. It dissolves itself. It will not hanging there as an opinion of meanings. It's not become an attitude that doesn't purify itself. The emptiness has no conditions. There is no conditions whether to bless any particular things. No condition to have any obligations at all. That which has nothing in having or not having. Therefore, it becomes the auto-purification without traces. The attitudes dissolves itself. The attitudes purifies itself. The emptiness doesn't have conditions. Having to be empty in whatever ways from anything, there is no conditions at all. Not having, even the having and not having. Emptiness that is not emptiness. The emptiness is not even the emptiness itself. Therefore, the essential quote that has been given is from the Great Compassion. When you think about it, there is the purification without traces through the emptiness that is automatic. When you use the word everything, the opening is already there immediately. By the karmic habits, it's always being specific. With like this, like that. It's always like this. When you think of the word everything, the opening is right there immediately, like the safe that is unlocked. It's further than like this or like that. It's further than one or two things already. Opening is already there. When the word everything is used, the perceptions and the objects of perceptions is not closed. That's it. Opening is there. From not related to either relating or not relating. From not grasping for either grasping or not grasping. From not attached to attachment and non-attachment. That's it. Neither about attachment or non-attachment. Not attached even to attachment or non-attachment. That's from not attached to either attachment or non-attachment. The opening is right there and then.
ทุกอย่างเพราะมันไปโดย
Once
จั
the
งหวะ
word
เปิดเลย
everything is there, the opening is right there immediately, turning into the purification of the extinction and the emptiness without traces already.
เนื้อหาเดียวกันหมด
Purification of the extinction and the emptiness become one essence.
แต่ถ้ามันอยู่แค่ไม่เกี่ยว
But
ไม่ยังไม่
if
เปิด
you stuck with just not related,
แค่เกี่ยว
it's not yet opening, not yet opening,
เพราะมันยังเกี่ยวในตัว
because
ไม่
it's
เกี่ยว
still relating
มัน
to
ยังเกี่ยวในตัวไม่เกี่ยว มันยัง
non-relating,
เกี่ยวในตัวไม่เกี่ยวอยู่
still
ถ้ามันอยู่แค่ไม่เกี่ยว
relating to not
มัน
relating.
ก็ยังเกี่ยวในตัวไม่เกี่ยวอยู่
It's still involving with the non-relating.
แต่นั้นมันต้องไม่เกี่ยวนะ
Therefore,
เกี่ยวแต่ไม่เกี่ยว
not related to either relating or not relating with everything. Then it will end all the opinions and meanings. All the conditions with opinions and meanings will be over. That's
ยิ่ง
it.
กว่าสบายๆ
This is even further than easygoing.
ทุกอย่างนี่ไม่ต้องมาแยกอะไร
With everything, there is no separation already.
วัดไม่ใช่สารวัตร
Samsara or not samsara, no separation.
เนื้อหาว่างมันไม่มีให้แยก
Because the essence of the emptiness
อยู่ในฐานะที่จะแยก
is not in the status of separating anything from anything. Therefore, it can proceed simultaneously with everything.
ดังนั้นสิ่งที่มันเป็นสมุทัยเป็น
So all the causes of the suffering and the suffering of the great compassion, the samutai of the great compassion of the Mahaparami, is the vows to bless beings. This is still the vows of the suffering.
มันยังชนอยู่เป็นคติที่
It is the attitude that is suffering, is still crashing
คติที่มันยังเฉพาะอยู่
among one another because it's being specific with just blessing the beings.
มันต้องสลายเลย
So we have to dissolve these vows.
ทีนี้มันจะเสถียรกันจริง
Then it will be balanced, blessing evenly with everything.
ๆมันไม่มีข้อจำกัดว่าต้อง
There is no limit whether it is the beings or non-beings. Everything.
มันไม่มีข้อจำกัดว่าต้อง
There is no limit whether it is samsara or not.
ร่วมหมด
It includes everything,
ไม่เกี่ยวทั้งเกี่ยว
not related to either relating or not relating instantly, not grasping for either grasping or non-grasping instantly. Open up, you must open.
มันยังปิดตัวเองอยู่แล้วมัน
This kind of
ไม่อยู่แค่เนี้ย
composting
ตัวสำรวม
is just limited. Beware of it because it's concentrate.
ฝ่ามือสำคัญเปิดเลย
So open the palms as well. Eyes, ears, open up. Everything open.
ไม่ยึดมันทั้งยึดทั้งไม่ยึด
Not attached to either attachment or non-attachment with everything. Not grasping for either grasping or not grasping. It's the same. Not related to either relating or not relating with everything.
อย่าให้เป็นคตินิยม
Don't let it become belief values. This is called purification and dissolving all belief values. All attitudes and ideas are the suffering in
อย่า
itself.
ให้กลายเป็นคตินิยม
Don't let it become belief values. Otherwise, it will become the values given to suffering.
ใช่ไม่ใช่เกี่ยวไม่เกี่ยว
Yes, no, this is it. This is not it. Relating, not relating. This is not dissolving itself.
ไม่ได้กลายเป็นคติ
If it's not dissolving itself, it will turn into attitudes, belief values, and there is suffering within itself. Opinions and meanings are called attitudes. Attitudes are called opinions and meanings. They are the same thing. When they are become belief values, values given within the suffering. That's it.
แต่นั้นมันแค่เกี่ยวก็ไม่ได้มันแค่ไม่เกี่ยว
It's impossible to just relating or not relating.
มันแค่
It's
เกี่ยวก็ไม่
impossible.
ได้ไม่เกี่ยวทั้งเกี่ยวทั้งไม่เกี่ยว
Not relating to either relating or not relating.
แค่เกี่ยวหรือแค่ไม่เกี่ยว
Don't just relate or not relate. Purify both relating and not relating.
อย่าแค่ไม่อย่าแค่ไม่
Do not just engaging
ที่
or
มันไม่เกี่ยวกับไหม้ไม่
disengaging.
ไหม้ล้างทิ้งทั้งไหม้ทั้งไม่ไหม้
That which has nothing to do with engaging or disengaging, dissolving both, engaging and disengaging.
อย่าแค่ใช่
Do not just
อย่าแค่ไม่ใช่
yes or no.
มาล้าง
This
ทิ้ง
is
ทั้ง
it
ใช่ทั้ง
or
ไม่
this
ใช่
is not it. Purify all
ไม่ใช่
and
มันทั้
dissolve
ง
it.
ใช่ทั้งไม่ใช่
Neither it is yes or no. Neither it is it or it is not it. Like this,
จะกลายเป็น
that's it.
ล้างมันไป
It turns into
ไปลงรอย
purify
ล้างไปเอง
through the emptiness without traces all by itself. So make a conclusion to purify all the attitudes and belief values, all the attachments is itself the opinions and meanings. They are the causes of the suffering and the suffering in itself.
ล้างทิฏฐินิยมดีๆล้าง
Purify well with
ล้างมันไม่ใช่ไม่ใช่
the belief values and the attitudes, opinions and meanings. Purify both yes or no. This is it or this is not it.
ล้างทิ้งเลยทั้งใช่ไม่ใช่
Dissolve all,
ล้างทิ้ง
whether it is it or it is not it, relating or not relating, not related to either relating or not relating.
จะได้แตกฉานในมหากรุณา
With this, you will be genius with the great compassion.
จะได้มหากรุณากันแบบ
In this way,
ไม่ทุกขติ
you share the great compassion without the suffering attitudes.
เรียกว่าปลดกันแบบไม่ต้องทุกข์
In other words, blessing in the way without suffering, without complication and troubling.